morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Ceelee's Kitchen live this morning, live in living colors, live in living colors, guys. So, I had a little problem with Facebook this morning. I was trying to sort it out. So, what I did, I sent my YouTube link to Facebook so everybody can still tap in and watch the live so nobody misses out on anything. So, this morning, guys, I'm standing here with a little mixed feelings. Um, as you guys must have known in the last week or so, that I was dealing with a lot. I traveled to Jamaica. Then I came back and then I did a wedding last week. And this week I'm here. I was not supposed to be here this week. I was supposed to be in Florida to attend my granddaughter's birthday party, but because of the weather, her mother had to postpone the date until a later date because of the weather, because it's thunderstorms over there. So it wouldn't make sense to have a birthday party for her in an outdoor setting with that kind of a weather. So I had to just cancel my ticket and just sat my butt here in New York. So I'm here, guys, and we're going to talk a little bit this morning about blood pressure, and of course, we're going to talk about stroke. You know, when it comes close to home, you just have to face it. You know, you have to face the bullet and you have to deal with it. And most of you must have heard or known that my mother suffered a stroke last Tuesday. Yes, she suffered a stroke. She's getting better. Last night I almost cried. I tried to talk to her and she was telling me some weird things. That is expected because that side of the brain that got hit, it's still not processing or calculating current things. So we're going to talk a little bit about stroke this morning and how we can prevent that from happening to us. We're not too young to get a stroke. I've heard of 29-year-old, 28-year-olds getting stroke. So we're not too old to get a stroke. So this morning, I'm not making anything with flesh, but I came up with a very creative idea. The good old sweet potato, which they call batata here in America. I've grated a whole one in this bowl. It has gotten dark because, you know, when you peel yam or you peel potatoes, it turns color. So I grated it earlier, but I just saved this one to show you which potato I use to make what I'll be making this morning. Good morning, June. How are you? So, guys, I'm not making tea this morning. It's the summertime and it's hot, but I'll be making a very nutritious beverage, which we could try. You know, it's good for you know, the weather is hot, so it's good for cooling down the body. It's good for the blood pressure. It's good for our immune system. And over here, it's a whole bowl of goodness. I have some Persian cucumbers here. I have some green apples, some lemon, a piece of ginger, and of course a whole bowl of green grapes right here, which would, you know, we use as a sweetener for this beverage. So later on in the live, I'm going to be making that drink. But right now, I'm going to be making a very interesting, good morning, Steffi. I'm going to be making a very interesting breakfast. I have not been eating. I have lost some weight. I've, you know, with all the stress of the Jamaica happenings with my mom and hiring like 2 nurses and, you know, different things happening. You know, it's a whole lot I dealt with this week. I dealt with a whole lot of craziness this week with my mom getting a stroke. And thank God I'm here this morning. I couldn't sleep at night. It was just... I can't even tell you how I feel. Sometimes when I wake in the morning, I had to just pinch myself and wonder if everything that's going on is real. But it is real. I have to face my situation. Alrighty, so let's not talk about the situation too much. Let's get into breakfast. Let's get into the drink. And then we're going to discuss stroke and high blood pressure. Alrighty, so I already grated some sweet potato here. I'm going to add a piece of cabbage, some peppers, a piece of scallion, 3/4 cups of a flour, gluten-free flour. I have some double-acting gluten-free baking powder right here, and of course some spices. This is an empty. This bottle got empty, so I have a big bottle of adobo. So what I did, I filled the bottle. So it's not what's written here is in the bottle. It's adobo, and I have some cilantro leaves here, some roasted garlic, some red pepper, and I'm just gonna spice up whatever I'm making here. Don't know what I'm gonna call it yet. I might just call it sweet potato delight, but I'm just gonna whip something up and make some little stuff in the pot, and let's see how this comes out. All right, let me wash my hands. Gotta start by washing our hands. Alrighty, let me get my little composite right here so I could drop my garbage. Let me put it right here. Alrighty, so let's get this ball rolling. So I'm just gonna grate some cabbage right here on my little grater right here. I also have this cabbage shredder, which I barely use, but I'm gonna try it this morning. Let's see how it comes out, and my cabbage is looking so good already. See? It's all nice and shredded. I think I got a bigger one right here. Let me use the bigger one. The bigger the better. So I might not be using the 2 pieces of cabbage because, you know, when you cut up cabbage, you get a lot out of it. So I don't want it to be too, you know, much more than the potato in the bowl. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna use this half right here. So let's wrap this up with some paper towel. I'm gonna put it in a Ziploc in a little bit, get in the refrigerator. Alrighty, let me cut this little strip right here. Alright, so I'm just gonna shred some cabbage real quick. Let me use a small one because the bigger one is kind of awkward. So I'm just shredding some cabbage right here. So we're doing no meat today, no flesh. And guys, I've been leaning towards a lot of veggie stuff instead of things with flesh. You know, cancer is on the rise. And a few of my friends, this terrible, nasty disease has visited. And I am not a happy camper right now. So, for the next couple of weeks, I am going to be promoting more healthier type dishes, no flesh, how we can incorporate some of these vegetables and fruits and make delicious dishes instead of the chicken and the fish and the this and the that, because sometimes we say we're switching to just fish and chicken. But we have to realize that some of these fishes that they're selling in the supermarkets, they are farm raised. And when we go shopping, we need to read the labels on everything that we pick up. Because some of these fishes that they have in packages, they look all nice in the package, but when you look at the back of it, it says farm raised. If it's raised on a farm in a pond, hey, they have to feed these fish with what? You don't know what they feed these fishes with. And then when you, the consumer, buy that fish, take it home, try to fry it on your stovetop, you see these white things coming out of it. What is it? It's all the hormone, all the pesticides, everything that they pump up in this fish or meat to make it look bigger, to make it look plumper. And then guess what? We consume it. Later on we hear we have cancer. What caused it? Some of the things we eat. I heard a Rastaman say a couple weeks ago, we need to just leave flesh alone. And he's right. God put the fruits and vegetables on this land for us to eat, so we could be healthier. Alrighty, so I have a good amount of cabbage here. I don't even think I need this little piece. I didn't realize I was going to get so much out of that one little bit of cabbage. So I'm saving this piece as well. So I ended up using a half of the half. I ended up using a half of cabbage. So I'm just going to add this to my bowl. But before I do that, let me just cut up a piece of onion because we have to season this thing properly. We have to season this thing properly. So I just cut up a half of onion. I have one fat stalk of green onion, which we call scallions. So I'm just going to chop this up as well. Alright, so I've chopped up some scallions and I'm cutting 2 baby bell peppers. I'm chopping up 2 baby bells. So let's drop this in my composite right here. I've already washed these. So I'm just chopping this up in small pieces. Oops. Alright, so I've chopped up 1 pepper already. And these are baby bell peppers, guys. I'm chopping this one up as well. Alrighty, so our peppers are all chopped up and our cabbage is all chopped up. And of course I'm popping an egg in it. Alright, so I'm just adding this to the sweet potato mixture right here. Alright. So I'm just going to mix this up. Looks good, guys. Alright, so this is a mixture of cabbage and sweet batata, which we call sweet potatoes in the Caribbean. Alrighty, so I have to season up, I have to season up my bowl. So I'm adding some red pepper flakes because we need a little heat. I'm adding some roasted garlic. I'm adding some cilantro. And of course, we have to add some taste to it. I'm adding some adobo. We don't want it salt, so I don't add a lot. All right. So, I'm going to add some flour. And of course, a little raisin agent. So this is 1 teaspoon of gluten-free baking powder. Let me turn my pot on, my fire under my frying pan. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the live again. So I see people joining from TikTok, YouTube, and of course, Facebook. I sent the link to Facebook, so I hope everybody is watching. I hope everybody is watching. Oops. All right, so I'm just incorporating all of this together. We're going to add a little water because we have to get it together. But before I add the water, let me add the egg first just to see the consistency of it. So I'm adding 1 organic egg and I'm going to mix gently together just to get it together. And then I'm going to start adding my water. So we don't want it like a paste. We just want it to come together. So I added the rest of water. And this is about a 3/4 cup of water. Not a lot. And the last thing we're going to add is the cheese. So I'm adding some pepper jack cheese to this mixture because I want it to have this nice unique taste. So I'm adding some pepper jack cheese to this mixture as well. So right here I have the Happy Farms pepper jack cheese. It's deli style. So I'm going to just grate about 3 slices. Don't want a lot. So I'm just going to use my grate. Oh, where did I put it? I just had it right here. It's going to be on. Oh, it's right here. I was looking for this. All right, I found it. So I'm just going to shred some pieces of cheese in this mixture. It's kind of breaking up because it's already sliced, but I'm just trying to get the pieces smaller. All right, so we're just gonna grate this in. All right, so I'm just gonna add this to the mixture and mix gently. Ask me how this is gonna taste. I don't know. All right, I could feel the heat from the frying pan, so today I'm using some avocado oil in a grapeseed bottle. I have a very big bottle, so I had this bottle, so what I did, I just poured some in it. So it's actually avocado oil and not grapeseed. The grapeseed is written, but it was poured into the bottle. Alrighty, so let's turn up some heat on this. So right here, guys, we have a nice paste-like mixture, which I'm gonna add to the frying pan. And we're gonna see what comes out. And by the way, if Julianne is watching this live this morning, I went to Jamaica for a funeral / a little vacay. And of course, you know, when I got my big friend, them have to take me out. So they took me to Gloria's. And of course, that night when I was coming out the car to go back to my Airbnb, sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that, guys. Breaking transmission. My friend presented me with this lovely apron. Yes. No problem. Jamaica, no problem apron. Thanks, Julianne Beckford, for this lovely apron. And of course, I have to show it off and big it up. All right, you could see the smoke coming from my pot. So this cabbage and sweet potato and cheese and seasoning mixture, I don't know what to call this dish yet, but I'm just going to put small portions in the oil so it can cook. So I'm putting them in small bits and pieces. All right, I turned my fire down low because I don't want it to burn, because remember we grated some cheese in it. So I have to be mindful of that. So I'm just putting them in small bits. And then we're going to turn them as soon as they're cooked on that side. Good morning, Miss Joycey. Good morning, good morning. She said the internet is not good. I know, I was trying to get on Facebook, but for some reason Facebook was just going crazy. So what I did, I shared the YouTube link on Facebook, you know, hoping that you guys who come on Facebook will just click into the link. Yes, I was having a problem. That's why it took so long to come on. I was supposed to be on at exactly 10:30, but we were having problems with the connection. It wasn't the internet, because I'm using the internet for TikTok and YouTube. So I didn't have a problem with YouTube and TikTok, but Facebook was giving me problems. So I'm just cleaning up this area because you know I like to clean as I go along. All right. Let me put back this cheese in the fridge. We don't want to keep it out because it's the summertime and we have to make sure we don't get sick. All right. So these things look good already, even though I didn't turn any of them. Let me turn the first one. You know what? Let me use a fork because this is so big for the pot. Oh, wow. I turned the first one, guys. It's nice and golden brown. So let's see how this tastes. Yes, sweet potatoes. The ones we used to in Jamaica. The same ones that we used to make sweet potato puddings. That's the potato I'm using today to make this delicious, appetizing meal. So I'm going to add some more to the pot because it's a very big pot and there's space. Let me get a spoon rest. Alrighty. So let me add some more of this batter to the pot. So this is a very appetizing meal. It's a mixture of cabbage, sweet potato, cheese, eggs, seasoning. And this is a great party idea if you're having a party, if you're having a get-together. It's the summertime. You know, you have guests who don't eat meat. You can leave out the egg if you like, you know. Or if you want to use an egg substitute, it's up to you. But this is something, this is a must try. This is a must try. And of course, we're going to be serving this with some avocado. Yes, I have some nice avocado in the refrigerator. It's already cut, but yeah, I'm going to be using it to enhance this delicious break feast this morning. All right. So let's start turning some of these things right here. And so far, so good, guys. I like the look. I like what I'm seeing. It's come together. It has a fritter look. It has a nice fritter look. And it has a nice healthy look as well. So let's talk a little bit about blood pressure. Now, for those of you who are just joining the live, you know, most of you know that my mother suffered a stroke last week. So I'm going to be talking a little bit about her blood pressure, how you know you're getting a stroke, what are the signs of a stroke. And of course, I did some homework before I came on the live this morning. So identifying early signs of a stroke, and they put it in an acronym form, FAST, fast. So F is the face, the smile, to see if one side of the face drops. So that's what you look out for. Those are one of the signs you look out for. A is for the arms. If they can't lift both arms, they're definitely getting a stroke. S is for the speech. If they're not able to say short phrases or check for the slurring and the strange language, like weird stuff, like gibberish, if that is coming into play, you know definitely it's a stroke. And I can tell you, based on my experience with my mom last week Tuesday, I heard it for myself even though I wasn't beside her. T is for the time that you attack the situation, the time to call 911, the time to act right away. So they use a very interesting acronym to describe signs of a stroke. Now, I could share the story with you about my mom. Last week, the week before, I was in Jamaica for the weekend. Attended my husband's friend's funeral. Went by my mom the Saturday. She was frying fish for my brother. I even helped her because she could barely stand. Did not know she would have suffered a stroke a couple days later. Okay, I noticed that she was weak that Saturday I went there. But because I know she's getting up in age and with the ailments that she have, I figure, because of that she's a little weak. Not knowing that her whole body was gonna get a stroke. So I saw her that Saturday. I told her I wasn't going to see her the Sunday because I was going to the country area on the Sunday. I would have come back late Sunday night, so I wouldn't be able to visit her. So that was the last time she would be seeing me. So the Monday, my husband and I, we took a flight from Jamaica, connecting through Fort Lauderdale because we wanted to see the grandbaby. And we spent a couple hours with Yana. When it was time for us to get ready to go to the airport, he said to me, "Hon, you know, the flight canceled." I'm like, "What you mean the flight canceled?" I checked for myself. Sure enough, I had a notification on my phone telling me that the flight is canceled. Okay, so of course I found alternatives to get back to New York because he had an appointment the Wednesday. Now this was the Monday. They canceled our flight. No flights out of Fort Lauderdale. So now I finally got us on a flight Tuesday morning. Two connections, guys. One from Fort Lauderdale to Washington, D.C., one from Washington, D.C. to Boston, one from Boston to JFK. While we were in transit from Boston to JFK, we just got off the plane that just left Washington, walking towards the gate to go to the gate to take us to JFK. My daughter called and said, "My dad is on the phone and her grandma is acting strange." So she joined me to the WhatsApp call, and all I heard was slurring. All I heard was, "The bread is under the tree outside." And I'm like, "The bread is under the tree outside? Why is the bread under the tree outside?" Then she started to complain, saying that she's cold. And Jamaica is very hot because I went down there and I couldn't stand the heat. So I knew right away that she was getting a stroke. I said, "Listen, call the neighbor, get her to the hospital immediately." Sure enough, when she got to the hospital, she was having a stroke. They admitted her right away. They carried out all the various tests, the CAT scan, the MRI, the X-ray, everything, the blood work they could possibly do to determine the level of the stroke and to confirm that she was definitely having a stroke. So after that day, I came to New York. I reached out to my neighbor because my neighbor is like my right hand back in Jamaica. She said that she's stable. They're still running tests. She's not speaking to anyone. Her speech was gone. She was just, if you try to talk to her, she was just looking at you. So the speech, the side of the brain where the speech comes out, wasn't working. No speech, no nothing. She wasn't responding. She was just staring at you. If you even talked to her, she was just staring. The only person she trusted in the hospital was Sandra. Thank you, Sandra. Publicly, I want to thank Sandra Sanderson, for stepping in while I'm not there. She did everything for my mom. Changed her pull-ups, changed everything, fed her, make sure she had a sponge bath, everything, make sure she was clean. Sandra, I just want to publicly say I appreciate you. So I had to be liaising with Sandra a lot because I realized the severity of my mom's illness and I can't be there. So I had to rely on any information that she would provide me with from the doctors, regarding my mom and her progress. I tried to talk to her over the phone to see if she would recognize my voice. She didn't recognize my voice. Last night we video called her. I think she recognized me, but I added my daughter to the WhatsApp call. She didn't recognize my daughter. She's asking, "Who is Brianna?" Now, mark you, my mother raised Brianna. She didn't know Brianna because that part of the brain wasn't functioning properly. However, she asked for the baby. Now remember, the baby is Brianna's daughter. She asked for the baby. She keeps asking for the baby ever since she got the stroke. And then she started talking about past things in the family that happened like 30 something years ago. Yes. So that's telling me that she is getting into a demented state. Yeah, dementia starts kicking in. But what I learned from this whole stroke thing, as my husband was telling me, is that it takes a while for the brain to come back. The memory, it's going to take a while. It will take days, it will take weeks for it to come back, but it will eventually come back. Yeah, because last night when I spoke to her, I said, "Where are you?" She said she's in the government place. I said, "What government place?" She said, "You don't know I'm here since last week." She doesn't even realize that she's at home now. She can't even, I even asked her, "Did the lady cook for you today?" Because I had to hire 2 nurses to take care of her 24/7 because the doctor told us that she need 24-hour care. So we had to hire 2 people. I asked her if the lady cooked for her today because I know the lady cooked for her because I spoke to the lady. She said, "No, nobody cooked for her. She helped herself." So I had to just tell myself that the brain is not working. She doesn't remember anything. So I just have to accept the fact that she is not at the place where she should be in terms of her memory. So, guys, stroke is a very, very serious thing. Yeah, it can cripple you. Some people bounce back, some people don't. And I implore you, take more natural stuff. Take more natural supplements. And when I say supplements, I'm referring to fruits and vegetables. Because sometimes, understand that the stroke, it shows in the brain scan. It shows which part of the brain has the blockage. Because it's a blood clot that's blocking the flow. So that's why a stroke occurs. Let me put these 2 things in the pot. Okay, so that's why a stroke occurs, because there is blockage in the brain. And it causes them not to see properly when that happens. It gives them trouble walking. Yes, sudden trouble walking. And dizziness, loss of balance, lack of coordination. Their coordination is off. So, if you have a loved one or a mother or an auntie who is up there in age, just make sure that they're eating the right fruits and vegetables, the right foods. Keep away from the chips. Keep away from the salty food. Keep away from everything that's not good for you. And I'm talking to myself too, because I like to snack. For example, let me show you something. This is a snack I love. And since my mom got the stroke, it's only 80 milligrams in sodium. But when I look at the sugar content on it, it's 14 grams. It shouldn't be over 7 grams. It's too sweet for me. Yes, sometimes we think it's salt cause certain illnesses too. It causes diabetes, too much sugar. Too much sugar. Yep, too much sugar. So, we have to be mindful, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, Chris, that we're getting up there in age and we have to watch what we eat, watch what we consume on a daily basis. Because, guys, please, you don't want to get a stroke where you're paralyzed. She's not fully paralyzed, but she got hit on her right side. And I was told by my nurse friend this week, if she gets hit on the left side, because most times people get stroke on the left, they can't walk. Their mobility is gone. But thank God, she stood up yesterday. She might not be able to walk by herself, but she was able to sit up in the bed. With assistance, she was able to stand off the bed. We don't trust her to go to the bathroom by herself because she wants to go, because of course she's an independent woman, but we don't trust her to go to the bathroom by herself. That's why I had to hire help to make sure that she's safe. So, stroke, guys, is not a nice thing. Watch what you eat, watch what you drink. So right now, guys, over here, I have some green apple, some cucumbers, a piece of ginger, and a piece of lemon. So I'm gonna blend that up together, strain it, and make a nice little beverage. So everything here is not sweet. So what I did, I got some green grapes as a sweetener, as a natural sweetener. No water will be added to the blender. And we're gonna be blending away. So I'm gonna put the green grapes at the bottom of the blender. So that will be the liquid form of everything. So I'm going to blend that first, and then I'm going to be adding the cucumbers, then I'll be adding the apples. So I'm making a nice little concoction. This is good for hydrating the body. This is good to lower the blood pressure. And this is a good start for your day, to start your day. All right, so my sweet potato cabbage delights are sizzling away. Alrighty, so let's start with, let me take out the middle of this because I'll be adding the cucumbers as I go along. So let's add this to the blender. All right, so there you have it, guys. We have a nice concoction here. We have a nice concoction here. No sugar added, no liquid added. So I'm just gonna strain, get some pieces of ice in the glass, and then we're gonna drink away. So I'm gonna strain this. You guys don't laugh after my piece of strainer. You know we keep it real up here. My strainer broke, the handle broke, and I decided not to throw it away until I get another one. So we could make this like juice shots. So we have like a shot of it in the morning. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to add some ice to the blender and then pour over some hot ice. Oops. All right, so I'm just going to add 2 or 3 pieces of ice to this glass. All right, so we add some ice. Oops, some spilled. So we could have like a half a glass of this every morning. And this is medicine. This is refreshing. This hydrates the body. This hydrates the body. And let's taste it and see how it comes out. How it tastes. All right, so I'm going to taste it for you on live. Carlene, I'm going to look for mom. Yes, Chris, you should go look for mom. So guys, this is very delicious. This is very extremely delicious. And you don't miss the sugar. You don't miss the sweetness. It's just refreshing. Because remember, the green grapes adds the flavor, the ginger, the cucumber, and of course the lemon and the green apple. All right, guys. So I'm going to take out the last set of these goodies right here. I'm going to take up the last set of these goodies right here. And there you have it. Alrighty. So, let me just take off, oops. Alrighty, so let's put them on the plate, the platter properly. Let's make a nice layout. Let's add some avocado on the side. Where's the avocado? Give me a second, guys. I'm trying to find the avocado. Where do I put the avocado? Seems as if my husband ate the avocado, guys. I had like a half a avocado. Can't find it. Maybe he ate it. But that's fine. But you could add some avocado to enhance this dish. You could also make your own pineapple dip if you want. You know, I like to dip my fritters or anything I fry looking like this with a dip. I was going to add some avocados on the side so you could eat it with avocados. But apparently he added. And you know, we keep it real in Ceelee's kitchen. We keep it very real in here. So, I'm just going to add some parsley to decorate. Just going to add some dried parsley and cilantro to decorate. You know, so you have some greenery on top. Alrighty. So here you have it. My sweet potato cabbage delights. Yes. You could take that sweet potato, which we call batata, and you could make a meal out of it. Vegan, no meat, just as good as it is because the cabbage substitutes for the meat. So let's taste it. Let's taste it, guys. Oh, this is hot. It's very hot. Let's taste this. Woo. Guys, this is absolutely delicious. Absolutely tasty. I don't miss the meat. I don't even miss the avocado, which I was planning to have with it. Yeah. Very delicious, very tasty. You could taste the sweet potato. You could taste the seasonings. You could taste everything that was added to the mixture. So, guys, I just want to tell you, have a great weekend. And if you like what we cooked in Ceelee's kitchen today, I want you to like this video, share this video, and if you're not yet subscribed to my channel, please, I don't know what you're waiting on. Like, share, and subscribe to all my social media platforms. TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, Trends, you name it, we are on it. So please follow us. Follow us on Instagram. We're on Instagram as well. Last week I did a wedding, and since that wedding, people has been calling. They want this decor for this party. Yes, hit us up. We do everything. We provide all the services for you. We make your event special. Guys, take care of yourself. And as Jamaicans would say, walk good. So I want all on upon this life today to take care of yourself and walk good. So big up to all my people on TikTok. Big up to all my persons on Facebook and YouTube. Take care of yourself and have a great weekend. Bye-bye.